All right, hello and welcome. I'm Captain Marek and this is Captain of Industry Dev Stream, usually every week on Saturdays. Last week we had a special episode of Trains demo, so if you missed that and if you're interested in trains, feel free to check the archive. And this week we are back to our Flourishing Factory, as the random save name was called. And I'm going to keep playing this save. It's on the hardest difficulty, hardest map, starting location. And, the 2 weeks ago, I was hoping to start expanding, but I got swarmed by trains questions. That's the stream last week. So this time, hopefully, there's going to be less train questions and more space for trying things out and expanding and hopefully not losing. I see some familiar names in chat. Welcome, welcome. I've also tried to set up a secondary camera for our cat. We have a cat. We have shown this picture once already in on our blog post, if anybody remembers. But it turns out that cat didn't want to collaborate today. He left. So maybe he returns back. I can turn on the camera back and see if we can get a cat cam in case there are any cat fans in the audience. I was told by other people that I should show them on the stream, so maybe eventually. All right, let's get to it. Oh yeah, you guys watched the train stream last week? Thanks. Yeah, it was great. I think it was good to put the information out there. However, now we have to work on it, so it's gonna take us some time to put all those things and improve, and maybe a couple of months to get maybe a next update on trains and more information beyond what was already presented. So that's the hard part, is to actually make it happen. Yeah, so as usual, I've let the game kind of run for roughly an hour before stream, just to accumulate construction parts, accumulate research. Not much was happening off stream. Fixing minor things. I have built 4 more storages for construction parts 3, because this was already filled. I was like, well, I need to fill more. So good thing I did, because we have now 3.5. Because construction parts 3 are very, very critical of building and expanding. There's never enough of them. And of course, if you don't want to wait, you want to expand your operations. But since I don't have much space to expand, especially here, I would rather expand somewhere else. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm hoping to expand over our new lands right here. And I already set up some tree clearing. I'd love to have the smelting operation right here, because iron is right here and coal is right here. That seems like in the middle between them would be the ideal place for smelting operation. Here we're still mining coal. Maybe it's interesting place for power plant, or we can do power plant right here as well. Maybe next to coal would be a good idea. Perhaps I can start with that and maybe start mining the trees, harvesting the trees right somewhere here to build a power plant, perhaps. And then we can build a smelting operation right here. And there's a copper right here as well, so copper smelting should be probably somewhere here as well. So this is the plan. We made this bridge some time ago. Works pretty well. We are already taking some water back to our initial island, because the water was running out, basically. So big tier 2 pipe. It was like 500 construction parts to get this built, so that works pretty well. And yeah, one thing I've set up also when I was waiting was tofu production. And the reason for that is I need more people, and I need more health to get the people generation. People be happy and reproduce more, basically. That's what's need to be done. So I've set it up so that extra food source gives extra happiness and health. So we now have +3, or 3 categories equals +12 health in total. So if I look at my health, I'm currently actually +5, not stellar, but not negative. That's the most important. It has to be positive. If it's negative, people are not, they're going to be dying, unfortunately. So I sometimes have to do the air pollution because that seems to be our biggest issue. And tofu is fairly easy. It's actually, you have to grow soybeans on farms, which I've set up, you know, it's like a rotation instead of some other things. I put soybeans in the middle. And just other products we just shipping in, you know, sulfur and limestone. I have plenty of these. I just made storages here and it just works fine. That's tofu. I've also finished upgrading all the trucks and all the excavators, I think. So, no, there's one more. One little guy. He's trying to hide from me. Where did you go? Oh my gosh. Come here. Replace. Alright. That's the last tier 1 truck. So we have now all tier 2 trucks, tier 2 excavators, tier 2 tree harvesters, I believe. Yes. That's fantastic. Tree harvesters are idle because they have nowhere to put the wood. So I think I can make a storage. Can make a storage for wood somewhere here. Be 2 of them. That sounds good. So they can start cutting down the trees and we can start building out. And to kind of celebrate this expansion in an interesting way, I actually decided to go to KoiHub, our community website where people share blueprints, and decided to give it a try, you know, see what's out there and download some blueprints and see if we can get some blueprints going from the community. So I have downloaded a bunch, and you can see I've downloaded some blueprints which are quite interesting. I can already see that we might need a little UI update of the blueprint because sometimes I don't get the information I need. Like, for example, what's the author? Unless they put it in description, sometimes it's harder to see. Or the description is too long, it's on the end of the description. So I would like to credit everyone who is making blueprints. And it'd be great to have a little more prominent author. So for example, I downloaded this blueprint for coal power from Kalen. And the cool thing is people started doing those blueprints which are kind of like a pieces, like a Lego pieces, like a modular blueprint. So for example, he made this 8 megawatt, 12 megawatt and 30 megawatt blueprints. For example, if I want to look at 12 megawatt blueprint, it's this you know, a fairly reasonable setup of turbines and things. But the cool thing is there's also this frame for it. Actually, is that the right frame? Yes. There's this frame for it. So you place the frame, then you can place the blocks in the frame, just like that. You can place one block and then wait until you need more, and then you can place another block and kind of like slowly expand your power plant all the way up to 4 blocks. So I think this is quite a cool idea. And lots of people were doing those kind of stage-wise blueprints, and I liked it. I like it. So maybe we can use this blueprint somewhere to make the power plant. That's pretty cool. Here, I mean, it's coal would be nice, but the coal's gonna run out soon. There's not too much coal here. Yeah, not too much coal. Maybe like 1 or 2 more. I think it's 1 more or 2 more, 3 more. Yeah, not too many, actually. So I'm just gonna clear this coal up and then move it somewhere else and dump it back and leave this for construction of some. Maybe it could be a nicer refinery in this area because it's near the coast. You need the coastal areas for dumping. I can perhaps even do some dumping here and make it more square. In case there's things to dump, you can start dumping this area. Eventually, they're gonna fill it up. And maybe we can even make this square. Would this make sense to make it square like that? And we can use our idle excavators to work on this. Can make a new, just reuse some tower, maybe this one. I'll cancel the assignment here. And then this tower can be working on this for now. Since we have some idle excavators waiting for those new mines, and we can use them for some leveling job, basically. Lego is curious, when is the next major update coming? So this is going to be the update 3 with trains. It's coming in the train stream I mentioned. It's coming either end of this year or start of next year, and it depends on multiple factors such as, you know, when we're gonna be ready, how kind of features gonna get delayed, or how, you know, how time consuming it ends up being, because we are still, you know, in the middle of implementation and things can happen. Sometimes, you know, you get stuck a week or two under, you know, working out some issues and debugging and stuff. So, and trains is a complicated feature, especially the routing and signaling and all those kind of things. So yeah, some time frame like that. Limestone is being mined out here. We are gonna get rid of this mountain, which after that's gone, you need to go deeper. But I believe there is so much under. Oh yeah, we're not gonna run out of limestone anytime soon. And if we are, right here we have new mountain to work on. Art Clark is saying that it's better to mine down to get more ore. Yeah, I mean, if you're referring to this, but I'm going to flatten this, and then eventually I'm going to go down and remove everything else. Here on island, I sometimes cannot go too much deeper to prevent collapsing of infrastructure. So eventually, once we do the flat pass, we can start going down. I kind of like to first level it and then start going down instead of going down directly. And nothing's preference. It doesn't matter too much. All right, so to start, I think I would like to move our electricity. So currently electricity is right here. Right, this is our electricity. And it's a small setup. It's inefficient in a way. There is no low pressure turbines. I think we already had those unlocked. We do, but there was never space to put them here really. Which we should do. Fit them there. But instead of trying to do it here, I'd just rather made it in the more permanent location and remove this altogether. And also coal source here is a little questionable. There to mine coal from here or from the contract. So I'd rather have a more stable location, more stable coal source, and I believe here should be plenty of coal. I can just verify that. Yep. When I was making this map, I was thinking that this is it should last you for long, because changing mining locations could be complicated. So I've specifically made this coal to be this starting coal, where you mine it out and then you close it up and then you move on. But this one should be much more long term, and it's, I think, even deeper underground, so you can go crazy with surface mining. Yeah, so I will start with the blueprint I have downloaded from, what was their name again? Kalen. And I can probably use this frame. It's also nice that this frame kind of gives you the bounding box of how it's gonna be, how big it's gonna be at the end. It's nice. One thing we might need is water, which we can maybe take from here, from desalination. Would be a good water source. Pipe it through here. Yeah, maybe I will build it here, but there's too much rock. I don't want to wait for all this to be removed. But the piping water is not that big of a deal, I feel like. You guys already filled up all those wooden boxes? Oh, you did. Okay, let's just keep adding more then. Just need the wood to disappear. Yeah, and this mine, how far off? So the coal goes all the way here. So when I would be planning mining, we go down somewhere from here. Would that make sense? Let's see. Maybe even earlier. I mean, I honestly don't really intend to mine every single bit coal out. I think it's all right to leave some bits in. In real world, you also don't get everything out. You leave actually quite a bit, especially underground mining. Surface mining, they probably remove most of it. Coal mining, they even leave they mine like half, roughly. Maybe a little more than half. Yeah, I think I'll start here and see how that goes. And also I'll start early because there's lots of dirt on top of the coal. I'm gonna be mining that out. And I'm gonna be dumping it probably here. Seems like a reasonable area. Is this the same height? Yes, I think I made it on purpose when I was doing this map as well. To make it a little easier, gonna connect those two low areas together. And I'm gonna take advantage of that. I'm not sure what to do here. Do something like this. Or make the whole thing like this. Another option. It's a lot of dumping though. I don't think I want to do that just yet. This is fine. You don't even need these for now. Make a ramp. One more. Do something like this. We'll see. The tree has to be also removed from here as well. And then here. Just start removing everything. All right. Yeah, Wim is asking if you can download those blueprints from within the game. So currently not. We didn't do implementation. But what you do is you go on the hub.captainfinishers.com. You click copy to clipboard, and then you go here, and then you add a new blueprint and just click paste, and it's gonna show up. So it's it's through clipboard, it's through your browser. It's not as integrated, but I think it's easy enough that if you find a nice blueprint, you can do it. And if somebody shares you the string, you just copy paste the string and paste it here, and it's gonna work just fine. Hopefully, you can totally do that. And I also wanted to give shout out to some community members who take a lot of time to make those beautiful blueprints. So while we're waiting for those trees, I can show you what else I downloaded actually. I've downloaded the core power plant. I have some upgradable smelters from JD. JD Plays, he's a YouTube channel and he's streaming as well. He has lots of interesting things. So he has, this is like a smelter for everything throughout the game. So you start with, Mark 1, then you have Mark 2, then you have Mark 3. For example, I'm already past Mark 1. I already have Tier 2 blast furnace, so I can look at Tier 2. And it looks like this. Basically, it's a modular design. Again, you have inputs and outputs on front, and you have, furnaces, smelters, and storage. And if you need more, you just copy paste it and do like this. Now you have double that. So you can always expand if you leave enough space to expand. You can expand up until the capacity of conveyor belts, of course. You can't go indefinitely. And this is kind of nice setup, and you can do iron, you can do copper, there's steel. I think I like the steel as well. It's a little more complicated. It's quite nice setup. I'm actually curious whether those conveyor belts can be combined. Probably not. You cannot put iron and copper next to each other because they would not align. So the disadvantage of blueprints like this, you have to kind of figure out what goes where. It's maybe in the description. I haven't checked that yet. Oh yeah, it's right here. First one, bottom belt, coal, second belt, top belt, slag. Right. And then here's add sand to the third belt. That's nice. Steel. Actually, I'm looking forward for that as well. That's even more complicated. Oh, we just actually pasted it. Yeah. That's the one. Okay, so that's basically smelting. I quite like that. I have also found, was it this one? Early Foundry. Yeah. This is also from Kalen, from the same person who did the coal. And they had like a big stage-based build. It looks like this. Basically, you place it down. Let me remove those designations so we can see better. So you place this down at the beginning of the game where you only care about iron and copper. And then once you progress to the next stage when you need steel, you take this. And I think you can somehow nest this in somewhere. To figure out, was it here? I think so. It's right here. Right here. Boom. And you have suddenly steel block within your setup. And once you progress a little bit more, you have recycling. And I think recycling goes somewhere here. Yes. You can even see on the top it connects to the belts already existing. So you have recycling. Then you can do glass making. So I think it's right here. Right, glass making fits nicely in. And then you can do, I guess there's more. I don't even, I'm not in that far. So after that you can do exhaust filtration and that's it. The only disadvantage of this build I found is that this is like a tier 1 stuff. So you're going to be using the normal recipes. If you would like to do tier 2, which is using the blast furnace 2, you would need crushed iron ore and limestone and sand. So basically, if you want more efficient, this would be great to use up until now, up until you unlock the blast furnace 2. So if I had this blueprint before, well, I wanted to say I would be using it, but probably not, because there's no way I can place it anywhere here. So if you have enough space, that would be a great blueprint to kind of start your game with, and having always space to expand. And it has huge capacity. I think the steel is probably, I mean, 6 times more than I have right now. I mean, I have just one lane right here. This is my steel setup. Very humble. So that thing, you can get lots of construction parts 3 going using this guy. But given that you have space. And then I got... Since I just want to show you, I'm not going to be using it probably, I just want to show you. I got oil refinery. Oh, there was one more. Or no, no, oil refinery was the one I was looking into. And then there is oil refinery from... I forgot from who was this. I had to double check. But it's similar to the previous one. You have like a stages. You place one stage. I believe it has to be on the coast, so the dumper works. Or you can then redirect the dumping. And then stage 2 would be kind of connecting to it somehow. I forget where does this go, but it's huge. So there is a footprint. You can see how big it is. So basically, you need to have this much space available to be able to place this refinery, which is humongous. It's humongous. So I don't even have space here. So maybe next time, in some next stream when this is going to be all filled in, I can place this blueprint and try to build this humongous refinery. And it has like 14 stages to be added on the blueprint. So it's insane. So it's like a end game refinery. People sometimes design really interesting stuff and really complex things. I also found this one. So actually, let me see from whose it is. I forgot. Oh man, is it here? We really need to show the authors better. It's called Big Mid-Game Diesel. If you go to Koi Hub, you should be able to find it. And this one is amazing. Look at this. So compact. It's amazing. This is really... Like, you would spend hours designing this. I can't even imagine how much they might have spent to making this happen. And it's all optimized. All tier... the highest thing with all the cracking units set up for diesel. All the hydrogen reforming as well, storages on the perimeter. Sometimes I found some of the mixers don't have recipe set. I'm not sure if it's like a bug in the blueprint system, or they forgot to set up some recipes, or they're kind of waiting, or maybe I don't have the recipe unlocked yet that's required. I'm not sure. Maybe there is some recipe needs to be unlocked that I didn't unlock yet, so it's not enabled. So I had to figure that out and perhaps improve the... Yeah, I think there's this arrow. Oh yeah. So we are missing chemical plant 2. We are missing mixer 2. Oh yeah. So because we don't have those chemical plants and mixer 2s, the recipes are not there. So this it's a little too early for this, but maybe if you, for example, do just one block like this, it could be somewhat reasonable to build. Of course, you do want to build probably everything, so you might want to remove some of these as well. Or you just pause them, for example. But that's pretty awesome, I have to say. And this truck wanted to just check it out. What are you doing here? You want to check it out? Yeah, you want to build it? Not yet, buddy. You have to wait. So yeah, those are the blueprints. I think today I would like to do some the power plant and maybe some foundry for the smelting. And the oil seems to be waiting for more research, which I can quickly check how we are doing research-wise. I just noticed the music is quite loud, isn't it? I'm not sure. Make sure. You guys let me know if you can hear me well against the music. I hope it's okay. Yeah. So I was checking research tree, and you can see that we are... Here's the mixture 2 that we need for that recipe that was missing. And there was one more thing missing. Not sure, was it what was the missing? Chemical plant mixer. Fuel station I don't really mind. Pipes, that's all right. But chemical plant and mixer. So for this I need Chemical plant and mixer. Gonna be probably here. Or right here. I need to go through research 4. So a couple more streams and we're gonna get there. Yeah, let me check some questions. How do you plan to deal with death spirals? How do I deal with death spirals? Well, I'm not sure. When something happens, I try to resolve it, kind of by intuition, I guess. If I run out of food, I guess more food. If I run out of maintenance, trying to maybe pause some other things to get more materials to go to maintenance. I'm not sure. Diesel, I think, is a kind of silent one. If running out of diesel is a problem, then trying to remove any consumers of diesel, you can pause some ships. Yeah, it really depends, right? Every death spiral is special, and we had some issues in previous streams, for example, with food, and I solved it by quickly making fertilizer, and that hugely improved the food output of our farm. So now we have plenty of food, actually. And you can even see I have 400 idle workers. And that's also because I have enabled the growth boost, actually, to get more people in. Maybe I can disable that for now. We just got sick, probably. No? Why is health -1? What happened? Any food missing? Talking about food. Oh yeah. Maybe veggies? Maybe food's gonna be our next issue to solve. Since we have way more people to feed. So we need to put them to work. But here I have plenty of farm space, so if that's gonna be an issue, I can always quickly... I can even do it now, just to prevent any further... Just an extra farm, doesn't hurt. You can connect to the water. I'm in planning mode, I should disable that. And you can grow, I think, soybeans and maybe veggie. Or we can grow everything. Also grow corn. Yeah, so get some extra. Get some extras going. We have a goal. This one, I'm not sure what's going on here. All right. So we have nice area cleared up here, and I think I'm going to just start making the power plant here. So we have this beautiful blueprint. I think I'm going to go for the biggest one because we have plenty of space, and I think it's going to fit maybe right here, maybe a little more trees here. If they could remove a little more trees. Maybe I went a little too wide. Okay, we're just gonna make more storages. Please. A lot of wood needs to be stored. I'm building storage tier 2 because tier 3s take construction parts 3 and they're way more expensive. I'd rather build storage 2s and more of them. Because if you look at the blueprint, actually, this one line, it takes 200 construction parts 3s and 400 2s. So that's quite a bit. It's quite expensive. And remember that one construction part 3 takes 2 construction parts 2. So it's the compression factor. So they're always more expensive. Even though I need half of them, but If you count the raw materials, actually, it's going to be more than that. All right, so that's going to be this. There's a frame. Yeah, I'm going to do something like this. Something like this. Maybe I can build this one. And it needs water and coal. For water, let me see. Are there any water sources nearby? Right, here's one. It's all the way there. I cannot reach there. Not too many water sources. So I'm going to probably either use this one or make desalination eventually. So I'll start groundwater doing in this location is full. So I think I'm going to do at least one pump. Be all the way here. Make a big pipe. Make a big pipe. I'm holding shift to make it straight. It's a little tip for you. It works great until you hit a tree, which happens right here. I had to release shift. Make a kink. This is a temporary thing. I'm gonna eventually, this pipe's not gonna be here forever, but just for now. And of course, I cut the terrain so excavators will not be able to pass. So here I'm gonna make a ramp, so excavators can freely pass. Be right here. Maybe more. Here. Make a vehicle ramp. Small is enough. I had low food supply. I was predicting there's not enough food, and I was actively avoiding the disaster by building extra farms. Maybe I should build even more than one, looking at the warning system. I think they made this, actually, I should have flipped it, huh? To make the water come from other side. I think I still kind of can if I just remove it. It was not that expensive, right? Yeah, it was all right. It's all right. That was the cheap part. If I take this and I flip it, yes, another water coming from the left, which I want. All right, so that's fantastic. Now let's build the pipe. Maybe just go closer. I believe they set it up. Oh, just remove the tree. How convenient. They set it up so this connector, you get priority from the recycled water, which is nice. So now we're gonna connect the extra water and it's all gonna work. So now this tree is gonna get cut and we're gonna request call. Even all blueprints is set up. That's beautiful. Yeah, groundwater runs out fast quite a bit. It's not a reliable source. It refreshes by raining, but definitely desalination is something that you should consider. I even see some blueprints on Hub. I can check right now. Maybe there is a desalination. There is water neutral coal power, desalination plant. There's just one, I feel like. I just copied it from the Hub. See if I can paste it and see how it looks like. Demonstrate you guys how it works. Desalination preset. Oh, okay. It's just a little scalable by enable mode. It's basically seawater pump with thermal desalination, and you just need connecting, I think, steam. And once you connect steam, I'm thinking one of these pipes is steam, one of them is water. And if you just tile this guy up, yep, it's just gonna connect everything to that. Yeah, and if you actually use the high pressure turbine, this is a good ratio as well. It's one pump for one thermal desalinator, which is nice. Yeah, you could do that. So I guess this is the answer. You know, if you're running out of water, this is what you want to do. You just want to desalinate the ocean, and it takes, you know, coal, takes energy. But later, once you don't go nuclear and stuff, it'll be even easier. King is asking to ask exact source of pollution. Do you mean like per entity, like exactly what building? I think you would want to see kind of a overlay on top of entities, what's causing pollution. There's a bunch of information for pollution. If you go to plots, pollution, there is not pollution, not population, right here. Right, so you have air, vehicles, ships, water, waste. I guess if you want to know what's causing air pollution in particular, then yeah, I think we don't have breakdown for that, at least as of now. So it'll be definitely a nice addition to see. I think it's gonna be the smelting, honestly. I mean, basically, whenever you have a smokestack, right? I mean, you just check all the smokestacks. This one's nitrogen. It was like the worst to showcase it on, but any exhaust, right? It'll be all those smokestacks. So you can just go by smokestacks, and it's all causing air pollution. Very little entities causing air pollution on their own. So I think, at least in this stage of a game, because all those cooling towers, that's not pollution, that's just steam. So maybe you can kind of check all smokestacks, and that's going to be all the sources of pollution. I guess burners is one of the exceptions. Burners do burn other stuff directly in the air without any smokestacks. And I have added actually burner right here to burn excess animal feed from the tofu production. To look Panda on Twitch chat is saying that there should be a way to get, I guess diesel. He's saying that diesel, death spiral is too punishing. You know, if you find death spiral too punishing, I just say go to customize difficulty and say fuel consumption. Well, first of all, you can change fuel consumption. Second of all, you can say when vehicles out of fuel, just slow down. That's it. Then you have, you know, vehicles are annoyingly slow when they're out of fuel, but it's still working. And it still shows the notification and everything. So I think this is what you want. And you know, it's a single player game. You can set it up however you want, however you like. And same for ship, right? You can go ship out of fuel. If you're really struggling, for example, for water of underground water we talked about running out, just do this. When pump water, reduce throughput. And it's not like a cheat. It's actually, there's a thing that if you put too many pumps on the reservoir, you're not gonna get infinite water. There's a limit to it, right? So this is, we thought about it, and this is actually made in a good way. So feel free, right? This is all kind of the way we made this work during the game, so that you can anytime decide that maybe you can make this vehicle out of fuel slow down only when you are in the crisis, and then you can put it back on stop working. So feel free to adjust this. It's in the escape menu, customize difficulty, and you can always do this. Whenever you do it, you're gonna get a history of your changes. So you know it's gonna be part of the save file, but you know it's single player game, so it's all right. You can do whatever makes the playthrough more fun to you. I'm just playing this as a demonstration on the hardest difficulty. Oh, I didn't put this on wood. It was a mistake. So yeah. All right. Let me build our first block. It's going to be coal power. This. You have to flip it as well since we flipped this whole thing. Oh, right there. And unpause. Oh, unpause this one as well. Don't forget it. And I think I want more coal storage here because power plant is so vital. So incredibly vital. I would even maybe change this setup a little bit to accommodate tier 2 storages. Maybe I can do that. Maybe a little improvement. If I destroy this, here we have water. Oh my god, I need to spend unity to remove this quickly now. I don't want to be waiting for trucks to do this. And I can do large storage. Yeah, the conveyor is not going to snap exactly, but I think it's alright. I can even do this maybe without even destroying it. I should have done that. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. So actually this one can keep that. And even the water, perhaps, actually destroy that. Water would be a huge one as well. Yeah. Just like that. So power is more storage, always good. You don't want to run out of power. And you can actually set up, if I put water here, you can set up alerts. Notify if this is below 25%. I think that's a good idea. And same here for coal. You import and you notify when it's below 25%. For power plant, it seems like you can even name this coal for power. And whenever the alert comes up, you're going to see this name. Water for power. All right. Yeah, I can see your point with the pollution. We can consider it, of course, it's a priority problem, right? We can work on trains or make pollution maps. So I guess currently we are choosing trains. Later we can consider other additions. And this goes not only for pollution, you'll be interested in other factors affecting the factory, I feel like. So yeah, that's a good suggestion. Somebody suggesting to turn empty water into salt water. That would be evil. Suddenly pumping salt water in your system. Yeah, we can also do wood chips for the fuel here. I think they'll be fine. I think I'm gonna go for coal now because wood, I'm gonna use it anyways. I'm gonna just store it. Wood is great for construction parts production, and I wanna keep it that way. I believe trucks will be delivering coal from the mine right here. They're all waiting for it. Yes, it's all full of coal. This is a sign somewhere. Oh, I see. Yeah, so this is great. So we have our new coal power plant, which is now super scalable. Very easy to add new blocks whenever we are out of power, which is fantastic. I really like this notion of, when you're low, just make a new block and keep moving. And I would like to have the same thing for the smelting, basically. So I'm thinking the smelting will be somewhere here. These little hills are a little annoying here, which level it up. I guess we can ask our leveling crew, who is currently leveling this area, doing pretty well. I guess they have not enough trucks. Oh, they have sorters. Oh no. Sorters are super far away, probably. That was not the brightest. Yeah, I think I should put sorter, just like a working sorter right here. And I will accept not coal, but dirt, rock, maybe sand. Be here from sand. And do not assign it to anywhere. Yes. Alright, so now let's see if the truck is gonna pick it up. Sort it nearby. That's gonna make speed. Oh, where are you going? Interesting. You're going... Oh, you're going for fuel. Oh, that's great. Okay. So maybe we can make a fuel station on this island as well. That might be a good idea. Fuel station tier 2 even. Just somewhere in the middle for now. We are assigned it truck. And I think I also like to put a small storage just for some extra fuel. We can import it. Yeah. Oh, these guys are coming with sand. All right, so let's not use not accept sand. They're from the sand mine. I don't want that. Actually, I can assign it as well. I think it's a good idea to assign mining tower to the sorter right here. So they are not gonna... Same thing for the iron. Assign it to the iron. Same thing for limestone. I think I have one more limestone tower. Where is it? Right here. So that they're not gonna go across the map. As the map gets bigger, it's more and more difficult. All right, our food crisis. People are asking how to solve crisis. We are in right now in crisis, not enough food. So first of all, I will enable food saver 1 and maybe 2. And I will disable some, I think fuel saver I don't need, and maintenance saver I don't need for now. Water saver, I think that saves a lot of water, I need that. But food saver will hopefully help us with the 10% reduction. And to further mitigate issues, I'll build another farm. Maybe just here. Little semi-temporary location. Oop, actually, you can connect directly. I'm not going to be fertilizing you anytime soon. And this farm will get all those free things. So yeah, so this is going to be our mitigation. Hopefully it's going to work just fine. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of rock here. We have to have a lot of tracks of... Maybe we can build a little bucket here for extra rocks to unclog this guy, and we're gonna export the rock. Dirt is probably okay. Same thing for dirt. To help it a little bit with the throughput, so trucks have more time to dump things out. All right, some other problems all over the place. Okay, we have problem with not enough water here. Oh, there is some problem with the steam. What is the problem? All right, let's see. full output. I'm not sure what's going on with this power plant. It's making 48 steam. That's twice 48. Oh, I think the water is backing up probably, no? No, water is fine. Oh, here. Oh, there you go. Forgot one pipe. Cooling tower was not keeping up. That's how you end up. I was talking about the last stream. Sometimes I wish it was a little more prominent to see those forgotten pipes, like a warning perhaps. If everything around is built, like, hey, this little pipe is missing. Maybe you intended to build it. All right, now this is gonna work. Water is flowing in. I wonder if it's keeping up. Probably just fine. It's just filling up this huge storage slowly. All right. Megmarth on the YouTube chat is saying that they use wood chips for power plant because wood chips are renewable. That's true. That's a good point. If there's plenty of space to do trees, using wood chips for instead of coal is a good idea. Maybe we can transition eventually, or do dual fuel here. Have both options available. Yeah, if you are willing to set up big areas for trees and use that for powering, that's great. Coal is not renewable, but for now we have plenty, so I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about running out of wood for construction parts, actually, which happened to me before in this playthrough. And if you have not enough wood, it's, especially on this bit small island, you can see we started planting wood like crazy here. That worked out. So now we have, I guess, more than we need. I still feel a little safer with coal as a fuel source for electricity for now. Somebody's collapsing. Oh yeah, that's also a problem. Those coal guys, they collapse a pipe, which needs to be repaired. This is tier 2 pipe, actually. I made it just tier 1. This seems to be important pipe. I think that also maybe our source of our food issues. I think it goes to farms. Oh, no, it doesn't go to farm. It goes to settlement. Oh, it's even worse. Oh, okay. It goes to our oil refinery. Oh, that was a close one. If this water dries out, oil refinery stops. Settlement water stops. Yeah, this was a close call, honestly. Those excavators. That's why I want to move the coal somewhere else, because it happened so many times that something collapsed. And I'm sick of this coal mine, so I want to just level it up and stop mining coal here. I'm still keeping it in case there's an issue. I think for now these guys are doing pretty well. Just need more fuel. I think fuel is missing because of the water was missing, perhaps. Gonna fix itself, hopefully. Enough coal. All right. Food supply. I think the water is slowly going up. Or maybe, yeah, very slowly. So I think this is our new power plant, and I'm feeling pretty confident that we can, I think, decommission the old one. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I think maybe for now we can just pause the boiler. That would effectively turn it off. And after a while, when no problems occur, you can completely remove it, which is nice. All right. That's all right. Here's some fuel issues. What's going on with fuel? Diesel. I like to check the quantity seems okay. The production. Yeah, I think you can see the production versus consumption graphs. They are all kind of hugging each other, so that's all right. Sometimes when you see the production way below consumption, that's when your alarm should sound, but this looks fine. Just logistics is not keeping up with shipping everything so far. Maybe we can remove some trucks here. Just keep, for now, nothing. Let's just remove this mine. We can move excavators into our leveling crew. Oh my, they had the tower very far away. Six, 8, okay. Level things up. Green planter, yes, this is gonna be struggling forever. That's all right. This is blocked due to output. Not interesting. All right, and we have water slowly filling up. I guess 25% would be somewhere around here, isn't it? 10% is 200. Oh yeah, right now. So we are officially transitioned. They are even enabled for auto balance, so if there's not enough consumption, it's all gonna work out just fine. All right. Ship engine 2. Oh yeah. So we've been actually researching new ship bridge, ship engine, and ship weapons. And the reason is I'd like to go further and start exploring with our ship. So now that we have new ship bridge and ship engines, I think it's a great time to upgrade our ship. Load crew. We can choose bridge to be tier 2, engine and bridge tier 2. That gives us actually radar range, which is nice. And it takes steel, mechanical parts. I think we can proceed with this. Yeah, I think this storage is just not getting enough fuel, and it might be because of the pipe. Let's upgrade it. Because all those storages are full, but the storage where trucks take fuel out is not full, which tells me that the bottleneck was actually not the fuel production, but the piping to the exporting storage. That's why we're getting all those warnings for not enough fuel. All right. Louis is asking if we plan to bring automation to the game. We actually are considering some kind of automation to be able to turn on and off buildings depending on some conditions. For example, the storage condition is a great candidate. When you set up that storage is either full or empty, you can act on it. Maybe when you have a, full of sulfur, you can do something. For now, this works with the priorities here. So if this is full, priority will burn it, as you can see right now. Beautiful blue smoke for sulfur. But I can imagine that you can maybe turn off or turn on entire blocks of refinery when you have plenty of fuel to kind of save on workers, or I'm not sure if you would like to do that, or save on something else. Let us know what would be what effects you would like to achieve with this. Like, what would be the intended use for some logic or for some signaling, and we see what we can do. Of course, we have to prioritize everything as with all features. So depending on how useful it would be and how kind of widely used the feature would be if it's great feature for everyone, then we can add it and make it easy to use. I'm not too keen of having like super low level logic like AND gates and OR gates and like plus gates and like adding everything up through entities. It seems like too much work. I would feel to have some more kind of high level system, kind of like if this then that, right? And if this is below a number, then do that, or maybe even little expression like if this plus this minus that is less than that. A little equation there or something would be easier just to type it out instead of kind of like doing low level gates processing. I feel like that would be something fitting this game. We have to figure out how to put it in, and maybe some kind of entity that can control. Maybe it takes electronics, right? It would be very natural. Electronics, and maybe there could be two tiers. Maybe first tier electronics can do simple circuitry, simple things, and then CPUs. When you CPUs, you can do much more powerful, some kind of computing stuff. So let us know. What would you like to do? When is asking like a start water pump and goes below a certain level. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. To perhaps conserve water in the reservoir and only turn on pump when needed. Even though I think you can still achieve it by like priority system overflows, but I can imagine that this would add another depth and dimension to that. All right, so I wanted to do some Foundry. This one, no. Which one was the one? This one? Smelters. This is going to be the one I wanted. Now I need iron, copper, steel. How big is this? Not that big, actually. Kind of wish we could do 45-degree here. It seems like there's like an avenue here. It's begging for 45-degree, but we don't have that. But I think we can do something like this and kind of tell it this way when need be. Well, the coal actually doesn't even go beyond this mountain. So this mountain can be eventually leveled. So we can make a nice avenue there. So if this is iron, how does copper look like? Oh, copper is a little longer, all right. Copper is a little longer. The copper is going to be somewhere here, right? So maybe we can flip it around and have copper somewhere here, and then steel. Okay, steel is not that bad. Steel is similar, so maybe we can have a maybe like this, or have one going up, one going down, kind of expanding on the line. But this is iron mine, though. I don't want to be dealing with that. So yeah, let me think about that. This planning thing is, once you commit and once you build everything out, going back is slightly painful. So I have to place it in reasonable position. I think I want to level this up. And I will use the clearing crew, I think. So we don't need this to be flat anytime soon. So it's like the worst position for mining tower, by the way. But this is what it is. For trucks. North maintenance. Oh yeah, it's coming. So what happened, I think, is that we ran out of mechanical parts, and because we have not enough iron. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to solve this issue. I will redirect most mechanical parts, or all mechanical parts, Oh no, this is not even going. What's going on? There's not enough. There's plenty of coal and iron ore. Why is this idle? A little strange. There must have been some outage. Well, anyhow, I will redirect all. I would like to click this belt. I'm not sure if I can. It's gonna be tough. Yeah, I can't click that belt to pause it. It's kind of interesting problem. I guess I can pause it through the tool. That would not work. Oh, it's actually those storages are. No, there should be a belt right there. There's there's no belt. There is a connector connecting right to the storage. So I can't pause connector actually. It's an interesting problem. So I will just build the belt. Maybe just right here. A little shortcut. To give maintenance a privilege. Because now half of the mechanical parts is going to go right directly to the maintenance. What you can also do is to boost the first machine. Just quickly gonna do maintenance. There must have been something with the iron. I can even check history and look at the iron. Right, there was something happened with the production here. It was like zigzagging like this. And suddenly it went down. And now it's zigzagging in the lower. Something happened, but I don't see anything wrong here. Maybe the iron mining picked up. Or the coal, maybe coal. Could be coal. It was something. Hopefully it was nothing major. And we're just gonna quickly do this. I think this really begs for a new iron foundry, right? So let's perhaps do new iron quickly and do more parts here. These guys are clearing this up. This is iron. If iron and steel, that has to kind of live next to each other. So maybe I can. I wonder if I should do horizontal line. I can do horizontal line probably. Why not? Maybe iron here and steel here. That's reasonable. This is iron. This is steel. Daryl's asking whether I'm recycling. I'm not, right? That's one of the things I did not. I think 2 or 3 episodes back, I have placed this ghost of recycling station reminding me, hey, we should do recycling. It's saving our materials. That'd be great. Never got to it. And since we are moving now, I'm probably remove this now. We are gonna do recycling next time. And for the new location. So I think I'm not gonna be overthinking it too much. I think I'm just gonna do, iron going one way, steel going another way. I don't think I need more steel than all the way here. I'm gonna put some boxes here for the storages. Perhaps I'm just gonna align it so they are aligned. There's iron mine right here, so that's nice. Just gonna align. Maybe I can put this on this little grid space. It's iron. It's steel. Now I have to figure out what goes where before I start. And please remove those trees. Be very nice. I don't like pandizing. This game seems hard. I guess it's harder than some other games regarding how to progress, but also I'm playing on the hardest difficulty on the hardest map starting location, so it perhaps makes it look a little harder than it is actually. If you play on easy, the game is suddenly much more forgiving, and you shouldn't be able to like a hard lose on the difficulty, which is the easy one. At least that was the intention with our making it. Actually, I want to prioritize those trees. Where are the tree harvesters? Are they even working? Are they taking vacation? Some PTO going on? There's no PTO. Where is they're celebrating 4th of July, by the way. I hope those of you in America enjoyed a 4th of July weekend and did some celebration. I was thinking, looking at the fireworks, maybe we should add fireworks to Captain of Industry. You guys like to make fireworks just for sake of firing them up? You have, coal, sulfur, maybe some metals for the colors. Be interesting thing to do, I think. Where are tree harvesters? They are slacking somewhere. They went all the way back for something. Maybe there was one tree. They're all here. You guys are just taking a road trip, basically. Just a road trip. On the other side of the island. Oh, shortcut. Very nice. I built this shortcut some time ago. Oh yeah, fireworks can change Unity. Maybe temporarily, why not? Yeah, if you throw up a celebration, you fire some fireworks, maybe you can get a temporary Unity boost. Maybe every new year you can fire up fireworks, or once a year, some celebration date. You can pick the date, maybe even. You can do 4th of July fireworks, and people are gonna be happy for a little bit. And let's do the rest of the year, maybe for the next couple of months or something, or next month, get some extra Unity. That'd be interesting. Somebody has to write it though. This poor truck is really trying to keep up. This tree harvester. By the way, I'm playing on the 2x speed also. So whatever you see happening in this game, if you think it's a little too fast and you're not keeping up, that's because I'm playing double speed. You're gonna get through more things during the stream. But if you play yourself on the 1x speed, it's also much more forgiving regarding things. Oh, our maintenance. I was looking at Tree Harvester, how beautiful things are. And we are now more seriously out of maintenance. And the reason is also that we are running out of construction iron. So now I'm going to redirect all iron to go to mechanical components. And I think I can even do... I think this is fine. Just need to put as many mechanical parts to use here. It should be okay. If I check my maintenance... is there maintenance here? I think we had some maintenance graph somewhere here. Maintenance production. Yeah, it dipped like this. I'm not sure what that's about. I think we ran out of something. Again, I don't know exactly what it was. But you can see the blue is the production and somehow dipped like crazy. I don't know why, but we are getting back, so should be alright. This one keeps happening, I'm not sure why. Machine breaking down is actually not that big of a deal. Well, farm broke down. That's maybe... Actually, our food, as you can see, totally recovered. So I'm not feeling... We haven't done anything with the maintenance to need dramatically more yet. So I'm thinking it's just a little hiccup and it's gonna recover. You can see we are recovering. We are above our baseline as before. So I just choked the construction parts production, so now that's all stopped in favor of making more mechanical parts. Cadillac Panda on Twitch is asking whether trees appear without planting. Currently not. Trees will not appear unless you plant them. Mostly because trees are blocking construction, and maybe you would not want trees to be kind of spreading and blocking stuff more than they are. So it's not like in some other games you can just build over trees and don't worry about it, right? In our game, trees are a little more significant, so we don't want to. And also, when you're taking your sweet time and playing your game, eventually the whole map will be covered by trees probably, which is also something we don't want. So the trees are waiting for you patiently to be harvested, and you can plant new ones. Alright, so I think this is slowly recovering. I don't need to be watching it. I think it's all above the baseline now, so it's alright. We're gonna take an eye of it, but go back to our planning of our new foundry. So one thing that this needs is crushed iron ore and crushed copper. Copper is gonna be, I think copper is gonna be here probably. So I don't worry about that, but we're gonna need crushed iron ore for both of these things. And guess what? We have a new large crusher. That's this baby. And this guy can crush quite a bit, honestly. It's a pretty big deal. So it can even crush things like quartz into sand and like that. It does 216 per minute. And this takes 36. And if you are lazy to math, you can always use this search window here, which was hidden by my face. But if you type 216 divided by 32, is it 32? 36, I'm sorry. 36. Fix that. So that's 6. What a coincidence. So you can see that one large crusher can work for 6 furnaces. So that's it's convenient, right? It's 1 to 6, and same thing for here. So I think I can just do one crusher for each side. I'm not even sure how to... Should I be storing the iron ore? Maybe just store the crushed. I can make a big bucket here for... Maybe just like that. Or is this in a... Oops. Is this in a... No, this is on the ground. Oh, it was just rotated the wrong way. It's like that. So here I can be importing iron ore. Or I can even make one crusher and just put a little ramp here. That's also an acceptable solution. Because we also need coal for the imports. I think I'm gonna keep it 1 for 1 for now, like this. I think it's alright. Planning for the future. And if I want to copy this, I think I still can. Yeah. Okay, so that's crushed iron ore. We need limestone and coal. This is gonna be also in big boxes. I wonder if I put them here, they're not gonna fit, right? They're gonna block. They're gonna block the the way. Maybe I can just move it a little bit. And there's nothing really forcing me to put it there. If I put both of them need limestone. Actually, thinking about it, those furnaces are identical for both setups, right? The only difference is what's behind it. Maybe I could just put them all in one row. Maybe I just don't even need 2 rows for separate things. Wouldn't that be more sensible? Just do 1 row. Then I can start it. I can even start it here. Maybe even here. All right, let's do boxes for these. We need... I'm gonna put them on the other side, I think. We need 3 things. And in fact, I can even hook to these, right? To the connectors. I can hook from this side, so I don't even need to hook from... Oops, I removed... Did I remove it? I probably removed something. I had to redo the blueprint. This was iron. And I can place steel right next to it. Does that work? I think it works. Oh, I see. So the only thing that it might not work ideally, this needs water-cooled casters. So I need to plug in water. So if I mix and match, oh yeah, you got stuck, huh? If I put this kind of next to each other in random order, the connecting of water is going to be annoying. So yeah, I have to go back and make them probably separate. All right, let's go back to our separate iron and steel. I'm just gonna put it here. It'll be steel, and steel is gonna be here next to water convenience. Maybe I could just put it all the way here. Maybe not as close, but maybe steel. No, I'd rather put it in the center, honestly. So much decisions to be made before you build. This is really expensive. It takes 700 construction parts 3 to build just this one guy. So once I commit to it, that's it. That's it for the rest of the game, basically. That's the decision. It's like getting married, you know? You can decide once and that's it. I guess you can divorce, but yeah. Same pain with divorce as deleting all this and redoing it again. So that's all good. We're gonna have... Now I'll try to do maybe 2 buckets here. 1 for coal, 1 for limestone. That's what it takes, right? And make a ramp. I think a small ramp is plenty. We need 2 ramps? No, 1 ramp is plenty. Okay. Make a ramp, and then 1 coal is going to go here, 1 coal there, and vice versa. That's going to be interchanged. Maybe I can build a bigger ramp just in case there is need for more. I don't need to upgrade. And then I'm going to build the crusher, finally. Large crusher. And that's going to take also storage. If I build this, can I build another crusher in the future? Oh, barely. If I flip it? That's not gonna work, huh? Barely. Who made this crusher work like that? I need to talk to them. It was barely working, but I think if we do like something like this, it will be all right. And we can have same thing on the other side. We can then move it. Just like that. And from here, it can go, again, both sides for the crushed iron ore. I can plan for the second crusher. People are asking why there are no lifts for neater builds. I believe this blueprint might be predating lifts. This existed before lifts were a thing. And also lifts take extra energy. So if you really care about conserving energy and do not care about space, then this is actually better in terms of power consumption. So it's always a trade-off. It's not, lifts are not always the best solution. I'm just gonna make a little space here. Put conveyor belt. Just like that. This is gonna be crushing iron ore. I guess I'm gonna build just one, but for future, this is gonna be our future reference. And now the order. I think the order probably doesn't matter, right? I mean, you can accept anything through anything. So I just need 3 things into 3 belts. It doesn't really matter which one is which. I wonder if the author says ore is bottom belt, coal the second, top is sand. So let's do that. Let's take how much we need. Oh, we definitely need tier 2 belt here. We need ore for the bottom. I'll take this one. Oh, this one has to be flipped. That's a good point. It's facing the wrong way. Just have to flip it, just like that. The inputs are going to the right instead of to the left. Just like that. That's our ore. Second is coal. Maybe you can take it from here. How much coal do we need? 15. Are these T2 belts? No, this is tier 1. Oh, is this the wrong way around as well? Good thing I have those not built yet. That's why you plan everything out in planning mode. Alright, that's cool. I think in the same way we can go up. And we can stop touching. Actually, we need to go under this first. That's right. Let's go down. Oops. And let's go this way. Then connect right here. It's coal. Limestone. You can just grab this guy. Okay, this is fine. And the same way I can go underneath. Connect here. Right. And last thing, slag. So I think it would be convenient to have perhaps a slag box right against here in the same location. And I believe slag comes out of here. We can pipe it. Oh, again, wrong orientation. Just like that. And I believe it's here. Now, do we have an extra opening here? Oh, we don't, but maybe we can do a big ramp then. Change my mind. Just like that. Maybe we can make it neater then, since we can put this coal now above. I had to disable snapping with R. I'm not sure if that's too neater. It's not 2 meter, huh? I'm not sure. Oh, there's a belt in the way, that's why it doesn't work. Something like that. Remove this one for now. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to see. Like that. And then limestone. What if I take this guy, put it here? Here. Yes, that's nice. And now here. Well, that's all right. Now the slag can go here. From here we can go all the way. Not sure would be the best here. Little something like that. All right, that's slag, and this is gonna be exporting. I mean, rejecting slag for now. This is gonna be just crushed iron ore. It's gonna be raw iron ore. I don't need to do anything here, I think. And that's it. I think this is iron, this is steel. We need water. I'm not sure if there's enough water here, but water also comes from the other side, which is slightly inconvenient. But I think for now, maybe we can split it here, pipe it there, temporarily, which means it's gonna be there forever, but just like that. That's water. And everything else should just work out. I believe this is the output for steel. It's interesting that the output goes towards right. I would think it would go towards left. I guess the intention is just to put storage there. I can do that for now. It's gonna be steel. All right. Maintenance is recovered, so as somebody mentioned, I can go back and re-enable construction parts things, so I can just unpause this belt. But it didn't saturate. I mean, yeah, I guess this storage has a little bit of surplus, so that's gonna all go towards construction parts. I think it's gonna be unboosted. I can check quickly the maintenance, and as you can see, the production is now outperforming the consumption, which means we are filling our buffer, and once that's it, the production is gonna jump down as well. So yeah, there was a little tiny crisis, not that bad. Could have been worse. Good thing that I was able to do those priority belts. It's always a good thing to have the choice of prioritize the stuff which is needed. For example, don't put steel into or iron into construction parts when maintenance is missing. So that's usually how those crises go. We have to figure out what's important and shove all the resources there. For example, if your oil runs out completely without you noticing, then that's tough. For example, if on roadmap, if our oil rig ran out, that's tougher to deal with. But also you get a notification well before that, and we still have 460 years of oil in this one, 800 liters on this one. So oil for now is not worry about that. So we'll see what next. Wood is also fine. We built extra 2 farms here, which helped a lot. I can also go ahead and remove food saver edicts and place the edicts to, for example, maintenance, save some materials, and maybe fuel saver to save a little bit of fuel. Since I have extra remedy, so why not save on materials? Yeah. I think I was also researching the truck overloading. Maybe that's a little bit further. Oh, it's here. It's queued up. So now we do household goods. Household goods are nice because you take glass, steel, and wood and make household goods, which increase unity production. So you can you have more unity to play with. Always nice. These guys are doing a great progress on removing this little area. And I think I'm gonna set up the iron mine here. So I really wish I remove more wood. It's expensive, 200 construction parts too. Maybe just do CP1. It's like a temporary thing. I don't want to be spending so much material, even though I can get 75% back or whatever the percentage is. Maybe just simple construction parts 1 are cheaper. To get some extra wood stored up. Maybe I can just sell it for now. I just don't want to keep it. I don't know. I don't want to trade it towards anything really. King Crispin is asking whether we can get air pollution to 0 to have like 100% air scrubbing. Well, that's tough. I mean, it's a nice goal to have, but in reality, I mean, that's not going to happen, right? So I think what would be better thing to be able to do some kind of other measures to counteract the air pollution, right? So having, I'm not sure, some kind of, I guess tree planting is a popular opinion, but it doesn't really work as everybody think it does. But I don't know, some other things to counteract the residual pollution with other effects to have like a net zero, right? You're gonna have zero pollution, but you have net zero pollution in the island. I think that would be interesting to have like air purification systems, perhaps, or some CO2 capture systems, for example, that could help with offsetting the pollution. So you have to have some kind of a way of capturing carbon or capturing other pollutants to get to net zero, right? I guess you want to just click on the pollution graph and see that the plus and minus equals 0. I always go there for here, right? Yes. Yeah, currently it's only positive. We don't have negative pollution factors in the game, but I guess we could add some negative carbon capture and some technologies like that, which would be expensive, probably lots of power and lots of other things, but it can help with the goal of achieving net zero. All right, so this is looking pretty good. We are getting crushed iron ore, limestone, coal. It's all this coal, this is iron ore. Sorry, this is iron ore, this is limestone. Trucks can pass. Water, I think water's not going to be keeping up. This little pipe is going to be struggling. I'm a little worried we're going to starve our power plant. But we're going to see if we're going to starve our power plant and put those warnings at 50% to get warned way before it becomes a problem. Then we have to do desalination, basically, as I'm noting, maybe even here. Did I plan it out? Yeah. When this is kind of leveled out, we can do desalination and get water from ocean instead of the pumps. That would make more sense. All right, so I think I want to build this. I want to build this. It's a lot of... By the way, if you want to know how much materials are going to cost, you can copy. And you can see it's going to cost 2,000. Actually, we have just about that. Construction parts 2 missing a little bit. Wow, so the whole time we were stocking up. Let me check the storages, actually. And at the beginning of the stream, I mentioned I built... Look at that, I built extra 4 storages and they are nearly all built up. And this all is gonna disappear into that one build. Which is awesome that it worked out this way. My only concern is gonna be that the trucks mining iron ore in our island, they might be now delivering iron ore to that foundry. Which there is no easy way of solving unless I kind of disable... actually, there's no iron ore storage, right? It's all on conveyor belts. Actually, that's good. I wonder if they're gonna take it from here. Maybe I can disable... I can disable exports because they'll disable the rock exports as well. It's a little pickle here. But I guess we're gonna waste some diesel for now doing that. But I don't want to be spending too much time figuring out how I'm just going to do it. So we're going to unpause this and see if the regret is real or not. Should do some kind of a time lapse now, kind of like do triple speed. Maybe orbit triple speed. Let's see what's going to happen. If truck's going to be building it. It's going to take a while. They have to deliver all the construction parts from the other part of the island, which is real far. Also, with builds like this, is always kind of interesting how, like, what's missing, right? You kind of plan everything out, and you figure out, oh, I forgot this thing connecting or something. I'm thinking the worker's gonna be issue, so I'm probably gonna need to pause worker production. Maybe actually I can do. Oh, I just took a picture instead of pause mode. Never mind. It's now. I'll probably pause one of the steel, basically. I'm just gonna temporarily pause those 3 machines because I don't need that much steel. I think iron is now more important. So I'm gonna. Oh wait, another screenshot. There you go. If you're in photo mode, I'm not sure if you open the menu, you can see the controls. I'm now using the orbit with O, and P is to take a picture in photo mode. I've also increased the speed to 3x, I think, for the game. So now the game is running the fastest it can. They're all getting built up. And people are mentioning in the chat that basically going net zero is really expensive. And I think we can capture that notion, right? If you want to go really net zero, well, you would have to spend extra energy that otherwise you would need to spend. So it would be more expensive to do so if you really like to do it. But if you don't, then that's all right as well. So it's choice. It's good to have choice, right? All right, so we have our first furnace finished. I heard some click from some notification, some error. It's all right. We're gonna watch this through, watch it build. Our big crusher is now ready. Maybe I can set up the mine. So if I do mine tower, maybe right here. I think it's in the right position for a mine. And I can just set up some mining here, and we can just dive straight on this mountain. Do I have any idle excavators? I don't. But this digging crew is dying to do anything useful. So let me reassign some of them to here. I need sorter as well, which that's one thing I forgot. I have a sorter. I wonder if maybe here would be a good location. And we're gonna sort iron ore, dirt, and rock. And I'm gonna assign this as well. Assign it here. Then we're gonna make on conveyor belts for iron ore right here. And then we might have a buckets for dirt and rock. I'm not sure. Probably be good to have at least tier 2 storages here. Kind of get rid of those as fast as possible to not clog the sorter thing. Maybe even not even sure where to put them really. Maybe just maybe here instead. Oh, there's a pipe. Never mind. It's alright, just put them here. And rock. Dirt. Alright. And excavators are already at it. Which I'll probably... Oh, did they just finish the sorter? That's perfect. Just in time. Oh yeah, look at that. It all came pretty quickly. I guess triple speed. That works. I built the second crusher that I said I wouldn't. I guess I'll just pause it now then. Extra. That's expensive. Expensive boy. 150 tier 3 cards. That was slightly unnecessary, but hey, you're ready for, I guess, 12 furnaces now. Yeah, try, good job. You arrived where you're not supposed to arrive. Alright, so we have iron ore. And first truck, no, where are you going? Oh, you're delivering iron ore straight to the crusher. Oh yeah, that works, I guess. Eventually, once the conveyors kick in, they're gonna stop doing that. The indie gamer on Twitch is mentioning that upgrading trucks is kind of annoying because you do one by one. That's true. We are hoping to introduce tools for better upgrading, but on the other hand, also the upgrading trucks is kind of one-off. It's it's annoying, but it's annoying for a short while and then it's gone. It's not like continuous issue, that's annoying you for the rest of the game. So it's a little lower priority on our list to fix the priorities. The upgrading. So of course it would be great to have a tool like, hey, upgrade all trucks. I don't care, just upgrade them all. And it happened to me too. I was basically chasing through this list last 5 or so trucks. You can just click on this and you kind of cycle through all of them. And you can just chase them and find the remaining few. So it's, if you have 100 vehicles, it's 100 manual clicks you have to do, but that's it. You were kind of done with it. At least for a while, unless you do tier 3 later. But tier 3 also, you don't upgrade all of them, you only upgrade some. So that's the reason why this is lower on our priority, because we know that there's other more imminent issues like implementing trains and other things like that. So definitely, we'll get to it. Give us some time, we'll get to it eventually. All right, so look at our construction parts 3 graph on quantity. Yeah, that's how it looks like when you build something. Your quantity going slowly up, you're building your storage. I guess this flat part was when we disabled the iron, perhaps. The iron production was paused here. Then it goes down immediately. Yeah, how are these storages, guys? Construction parts 2. We still have some. Eventually gonna deliver. How about we unit to build these? Thank you so much. Oh, maintenance again. I guess we enable construction, so it's always you either get construction going, construction materials, or maintenance. But now, hey, we have new iron, so I'll upgrade this storage as well. And I'm really looking forward. So coal. How about we start importing some coal and limestone? And we can also set alert if this is more than 25% empty. I like to set alerts on those big storages because they kind of don't flicker as much. Like if this storage is low, you have a problem on your hand, right? This is such a big buffer. So in small deviations, smooth it out. All right, so we have even enough workers. That's great to see as well. Ship weapons. Talking about ship, we could also do the ship weapons, but we might not have enough iron for that. How much is it? 180 iron? You might as well. Eventually they're gonna finish. I guess we're gonna sail with the ship next time. Let's upgrade it all the way and then start sailing. Alright, so we have crushed iron ore coming out of the crusher. It's fantastic. These guys already... Oh yeah? Good job. They're already hitting some iron ore, so they cleaned up the dirt. Tree didn't survive. Alright, we have some blocked. Yeah, I guess the logistics is extremely busy now with the construction, so they're forgetting of emptying sorters. That's alright. Static Drop said that they reinstalled the game and 4 hours vanished from the. Yeah, that's sometimes I feel when I'm streaming, like I'm streaming and it's already 2 hours and it's like, oh, we're supposed to end the stream now, but I am having good time. I don't know. Should I continue? Should I go back to work? What do you guys think? It's when things are going well, it's really cool. They are importing slag here. Oh my gosh. How about no import, please? You can export, but you cannot import. That's also another thing that sometimes when trucks don't do what they want, you have fairly granular things you can do. So for example, we probably had some other storages that are overflowing with slag on the other part of the island. And first off, they try to store it in other storages, and if they can't, they're going to dump it. We usually dump the slag on the coast. But this time there was a storage that was accepting it, so you have to disable. And that goes for other slag storages, for example. And I have a slag storage right here, right? So yes, it could have come from this one, for example, right? So you want to export this one, and you want to disable import on the slag storage because you always want to just get it out. So even if the storage happens to be lower than this threshold, you don't want to accept any deliveries. If you want to be sure your stuff is working, you can also set alert to notify if it's full, for example. It would be a good thing to know. Perhaps we can do this on our big slag bucket, which if this is full and not empty, that would be a problem. I don't even need to do 75% full. I can do full because the transport conveyor belts will fill it all the way when it's filled. So I don't want to spam myself with notices. Alright, so maintenance is running out. I'm kind of hoping that stuff's going to start happening here soon, so our iron is going to be delivered somewhere. Interestingly enough, actually, when we have iron there, can we deliver the iron where it's needed, basically? And I think we can't. There's no delivery place for iron for the maintenance. Maybe we should have that, at least temporary for now. Can we maybe put iron storage maybe right here and say import a little bit here? I guess you can export as well, that's all right. And then where do we put it? It's so tight in here. Where do we put this? Or actually, maybe not that. Maybe we can make mechanical parts because they compress a little bit. So 15 iron goes into 12 mechanical parts. So, you know, a big brain move would be to make them right here. Maybe we can do that. Just a little impromptu mechanical part factory. Somebody's asking Anthony if copper is mining. Okay, let me check quickly. Copper is mining, I think. It's always you can always run out. Why would you ask that, Anthony? I wonder if our copper is stalled. I think our copper is just full. Yeah, I think copper is full, so there's no action going on in copper. You can check copper plate production. It's going down, but also consumption going down, so that's why. Yeah, so I was talking about construction parts. You can do assembly too. We can build a little, maybe here, just build a little. I'm gonna leave space for bigger storage, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe here. And do mechanical parts. And we can, in a similar way, do storage right here. It's going to be actually mechanical parts. I think it'd be nice to manufacture some mechanical parts right here and ship them back. So, okay, so when it's going to be easier, I think, because mechanical parts are a little easier to inject into the system. Maybe I spoke too soon. I was kind of thinking somewhere here to kind of, there's a little, can I put storage here? But if I put storage here, I'm going to block that storage. Oh, that's complicated. Maybe here. This is getting a little out of hand, but I'm sure we're going to delete this soon. So we're going to allow import, allow export as well. And here, we can just raise this so the trucks can go under if they wanted to. See, the trucks are going there, so I don't want to block them, but also I don't want to block them with the pillars either. Just totally possibility to block them. Maybe I can just go down. Maybe just here. Yeah, this is not going to block them. Right there. And here I can request a little bit. I'm just going to take it from here, huh? Maybe I can just, instead of requesting here, I can push. So you can either push or pull, right? You can push from here or pull from there. So I'm going to just say, hey, export these. And whenever, whoever needs construction parts, mechanical parts, they're going to get it. This is actually working. Why is none of this working? I think I'm just going to quick build it too. Our logistics is extremely busy. Probably trucks are just not keeping up. All right. Well, that's iron. And that looks... Oh, look at that. We already have 500 crushed iron ore. This is starting to look pretty nice. Limestone is filling up. Coal is filling up. Water is... I guess we don't do steel yet. I think we are missing construction parts 3. Oh. Maybe they are not in reachable storages. That's also one thing. When you build... Like, for example, this storage is not reachable. This is not reachable. This one should be reachable though. Construction parts 2 could be also sometimes in this storage which is not reachable. Currently that's not the case. Or it is actually the case. Right, so they are here. And I don't think trucks can reach it. So this is basically quick build storage only. You can only use this for quick build, which it's fine. I'll keep it that way. No problem. Yeah, I also could put maintenance all the way there. That's a good point. The thing is, maintenance requires electronics and that requires copper, and I'd rather solve that later. I don't want to be shipping electronics and setting up maintenance there. And also maintenance then uses recycling, or at least it produces recycling, and I would like to use that later. So this whole maintenance, it needs redesign, and I want to nuke this and make it better on the other side, but not now. I don't think today we have time for that, so I'm solving this the quick way by just shipping mechanical parts. And we are at 0, and I'm still hoping we're gonna catch up without me needing to do the similar precautions that we did last time. Look at that, iron is full, and I think we just need more of these guys. Now we have plenty of iron. So we can just go... This is what I was looking for this entire time, escaping that little island and be able to just expand at will. In a much easier way. Look at this, Unity built this, and now we quadrupled our mechanical parts construction. And this is all gonna work nicely. We have plenty of iron for our ship, actually, for our cannons. That's also working very nicely. And I love to see, for example, the graph of mechanical parts production. which was going down because of, I guess we're missing iron or something. I'm not sure what happens, but I would love to see this shoot up. Total production, total consumption, that's what I care about. Like this is monthly. Yeah, we are hitting some issues with some production over there. But I'm pretty sure next month's gonna be shooting up. Oh, there you go, 100. Our all-time high, I believe. Yeah, and the max is every 25 years. It's a nice and upward trend. Yeah, and trucks are already taking this, and hopefully they are placing it all the way. Oh, I guess they are shipping it in various places. This guy's going here. That's all right. You can even put priority to be a little lower here, so that they prioritize this storage instead of other storage even lower. Maybe P2. Very important. You're kind of hitting downsides with the production, but I don't see any hiccups here. Everything looks pretty good. So I'm still refusing to disable the conveyor belt for construction, because I really think we are able to overcome this just on its own. I think nice thing would be iron. Also inject the iron into the stream. There's this one little box. Maybe we can... Oh my, I don't think we can get there. Would that be too crazy to get there from here, maybe? Can I put storage here? Barely. What if I do... I'll just pause the construction. What if I do something crazy like go here? Oh yeah, it goes there. Sure, I'll take it. Do it. And we have iron storage here. And I'm sure if we need to build this, and if we put this on lower priority, we can export iron from here as well. Now we just need trucks to do the work for us. Right, where are you going? Oh yeah, that looks exactly where we want them to go. That's gonna be a long route. That's a long route. I wonder how much diesel would that take. Just for now we can, so we have 8 diesel. Let's see how much this one trip takes. I'm gonna speed it up. How much diesel we pay for shipping one truckload? I'm actually curious. I never measured these on this island. I'd say maybe 3 diesel would be reasonable. I mean, it's kind of expensive, but it's also really far. So we already spent 1, now 2. You can get a little insight of how, the cost of trucks are usually kind of hidden. You don't perceive, like how much would you pay for shipping certain things, right? But if you think about it, this truck, I think is going to spend probably 3 or 4 diesel, right? So 3 or maybe 3.5 diesel for shipping this one. So we paid 3 diesel for shipping 60 construction parts, mechanical parts to this area. Yeah, it costs, definitely costs something. You can check the diesel for fuel. Basically, most are diesel fuels. Diesel is used for fuel. Makes sense. So maybe we need to expand our diesel production as well eventually. For now, it's doing a good job, I think. We'll see. All right, I think our ship is all upgraded. We can load the crew, and next time we can start, maybe we can just send it and see what's happened there. And next time we can keep exploring. We have new deck, new weapons. Wait for me. New weapons, new engines. So that's gonna be much better exploration and much better chance of winning against parrots. And this is, you know, all good. I believe these ones are probably stuck at trucks not be able to pick up the cargo or some storages, so I can help it. But other than that, I think that's steel working. That's iron working, and this looks... Well, I guess our iron ore ran out. I guess those guys are done. Or no, they're not done. Because they're trucks. Oh yeah, the mining tower area is not done. So these guys need to just mine this whole thing. That's right. So this is it for today's stream, I think. We've done lots of progress. We started scaling up, and this is... Expanding this is super easy. If I need more iron, I just take this blueprint I showed you guys before and just plug it in like this, and that's it. We doubled it. And that's what we're gonna do going forward. We're just gonna be doubling those setups. And whenever we need more resources, we're gonna do this. And eventually the plan is to decommission the old smelting operation and put everything here, put maintenance here, construction parts here, everything should be here. We haven't got a battle. Look at that. Our first new weapons are getting tested. And actually, those are pretty tough ones. Ooh, I think we're gonna win though. Oh yeah, they have a smaller cannon, fortunately. Cool, and we got radar system 2 and some electronics as a loot. So yeah, this is it. Our steel is working as well. We have new steel. We can even export it from here for now back to our island. But eventually I'm gonna want to ship. I don't want to ship all those products. I want to keep them local. So that's what it is. So yeah, thanks for joining in. Thanks for all the questions. I appreciate. And I have one shout out to JD Plays. He is actually playing right now, I believe. He's streaming Captain of Industry from Zero to Rocket. It's like a speed run or something. It's a speed run where he's trying to basically beat the game in one sitting, which actually I've never tried myself. I'm not even sure how long would it take. Would it take like 5 hours or 8 hours or something? I don't know, I'm curious. So I'm probably gonna watch the VOD later, but if you guys wanna check it out, feel free to look it up on YouTube, or I think he posted on our Discord in the videos channel, his link for the stream. On Twitch, we can raid him even. Let me see if he's already streaming, and on Twitch we can raid him. On YouTube, you're gonna have to search it up. I don't know how to rate. I think his stream is gonna be starting. I don't even know. Oh yeah, I think he is, and he plans to stream for 12 hours. I think he's a timer there. So yeah, that sounds. If you are in for more Captain of Industry stuff, feel free to check him out. And other than that. Thanks again for joining, and I'll see you next week. Bye.